Good day, and I'm Dr. Vishnu Doerga from ActionINVEST Caribbean Inc. and your host for the Who's Who in Guyana Business Show. Always a pleasure being here with you, bringing you fantastic business information, business opportunities, and really so much that you can utilize if you are currently in business or you're thinking about business or you actually want to know which businesses to interact with. Now, today, as usual, we'll be hearing from Coach Keon Smith, who will take us through some more information on leadership. We'll be hearing from Coach Premendra Parsan, who will be talking about the aspects of critical thinking and why that's so important. And we'll be hearing from Ms. Rodlin Semple, who will be talking to us about the processes required to release new products or services to customers. So I'm sure that this will be very useful to either existing businesses or new businesses. And even if you are a customer, for you to understand the process that the company actually goes through to deliver new products to you. Now, before we get to that, you saw some of the scenes from Giftland Mall last Saturday when the team was there educating people about what the HerVenture app is all about. And we had so many people downloading the app and getting started with the app. We really love the enthusiasm that was shown there. I think the questions that came up is, will there be advertisements in this app? And again, the question to that is no. Another big one that came out is, do we need to have internet on in order to be able to use the app? And again, once you've downloaded it once, there is no need for further internet usage. So what I would like to do now is take you over to Giftland and for you to see what happened on Saturday and to give us an overview of the process for the day. We will have Ms. Tatiana Alcock, and she will be giving us some fantastic guidance about the app and what happened at Giftland. So let's take a look there. Very good. We are at Giftland. And we're here with Tatiana. Tatiana, what's happening today at Giftland?
Hi, today we decided to do outreach for our HerVenture app. The app is basically all about promoting and encouraging the use of the app. It's mostly focused on business education, and we're really trying to help the women entrepreneurs in Guyana with getting all the help that they need in their business venture. It's not only focused on women specifically, however, we encourage men to also use the app because everyone deserves business education.
Very good. And which platforms is the app available on?
The app is available for both Play Store and it's available on the App Store for iPhone. So if you have an Android device or if you have an iPhone, it works for both.
Very good. And also, do people need an internet connection once they've downloaded it?
Once you've downloaded the app, you do not need any internet connection. And the best part about it is that there's no ads and the app is also absolutely free.
Very good. Very good. And where can we find you?
So when you come into the main entrance, on the left, as soon as you enter, you're going to find us right here. We're directly opposite the Ashley Home Furniture Store.
Good. And up to what time are you guys going to be here?
We're going to be here up until 6 p.m. So we're really eager to meet you guys today.
Very good. And can business students also download it?
Business students can definitely download the app because speaking from experience, I can say that the app has definitely helped me with my studies because the information is provided using bite-sized flashcards and so on. So the information is easy to retain and understand.
All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome to HerVenture, the Foundation's mobile learning app for women entrepreneurs. As you can see here, this is one of the lessons that is offered as part of our Launching a Business learning track. Users can navigate the business training content through swipe cards. As you can see here, business knowledge is also contextualized within a case study that is consistently incorporated throughout the learning tracks across HerVenture. The case study features a woman entrepreneur who owns her own coffee shop, and it helps users contextualize what they're learning and applying it to a real business scenario. As users go through the app, they're also asked a series of questions to help test how well they've understood the content shared previously in the lesson. Sometimes the answers are asked in sort of true and false, and other times it's presented through a swipe option. Additionally, the questions encourage women entrepreneurs to reflect on how the content that they're learning can also be applied to their business, to their products, and to their own ideas and aspirations for where they want to take their business in the future. Similarly, the cards help to contextualize these business aspirations in the same way that the women entrepreneur who's featured in the case study shares her aspirations for the business. As users progress through the module, they are encouraged to reflect on what they've learned and are asked a series of questions to ensure that they understood the content earlier in the lesson. Depending on their response, they're provided with an explanation as to why their selected response was or wasn't correct. Towards the end of each lesson, the app again encourages reflection and provides a summary of what types of resources will be needed in order to execute what was learned within this lesson. The lessons throughout the app always end with an opportunity for women entrepreneurs to create a checklist. Through this checklist, users are able to indicate what they still need to do in their business based on what they learned in the lesson. This checklist is then saved as the user's customized to-do list. They can then revisit this to-do list as required and update it accordingly to reflect the progress that they've made in applying what they've learned throughout the app to their business. Here we're going to show you a little bit about the social functions of the app. Women often report that they feel that they're playing a game as they're gaining business skills through HerVenture because of the tokens that you can earn. One way you can earn tokens is through the social function, by searching for other women entrepreneurs through the directory and also engaging and reaching out to other women entrepreneurs directly through their profile. Although you can earn tokens through this social function, the best way to earn tokens is through the learning, and that involves completing the different lessons throughout HerVenture. This token section provides users with a summary of how they can earn tokens and also better understand how many tokens they can expect to receive at each level and for each type of activity. In addition to learning, there's also an opportunity to earn tokens by completing your profile and having a significant learning streak. To learn more about HerVenture, please visit herventure.org.
So there you had a walkthrough of how the app works, and also great feedback from Tatiana Elcock on the event itself, how people were able to really experience the day. So we are planning to do outreaches all across the country. If your organization is one that supports women entrepreneurs or does a lot of work with women in the community, reach out to us so that we can arrange for our team to visit your location and work with the female entrepreneurs for them to understand as well how this app could really super accelerate, really make their businesses go a lot faster, because they would be applying a lot of business knowledge to their own businesses. Last week, we were able to visit several communities in Region 3, thanks to the Guyana Women's Leadership Institute. And this week, we will actually be in Region 5 at 5 locations, demonstrating the app, making sure that women are able to download the app and get started, get to using the app, because very soon we will also be highlighting the women entrepreneurs who have the highest scores in terms of educating themselves on the app. So if you want to be eligible for these fantastic prizes, make sure that you also get started on the app and get your points in. We actually, I think the highest score right now is 9,000 points, and we have quite a few people at 7,000. So the prizes are going to be fantastic, and you'll be seeing the handing overs live here on the program in the future episodes. Now, I really want to bring to you Coach Keon Smith, who is going to be talking to us today about the laws of leadership. Welcome, Coach Keon.
Thank you very much, Dr. Doerga.
And I would also like to just ask you that last Friday, we actually had our Lift to Lead event. And what was the experience like?
Thank you very much. So definitely, it was fantastic. You were in a room filled with other like-minded individuals. That was number one. And the speakers that came one after the other, they were able to share their golden nuggets with us pertaining to their journeys and the lessons that they would have learned. And we were able to extrapolate from that some really important nuggets. If I can share very quickly in a nutshell, just maybe 2 or 3 of the speakers that really jumped out at me, other than John Maxwell himself, that indicated to us, there are 7 questions that we need to ask ourselves to really ensure that we are growing as a leader, and in terms of building out our team and having valuable team members as part of that team. Because he says the people in our inner circle can either be our greatest enemies or they can be our greatest assets. Then we heard from Jeff Henderson, and he posited 2 questions that I think are really important when it comes to the organizational aspect and us as an individual in building our legacy. And he spoke about one, the first question is, what do you want to be known for? And then secondly, what are you known for? So are you actually delivering on your brand promise? And brand promise can be both from an individual perspective. As an individual, when we go to an interview, we sell ourselves. We sell that brand promise that we can actually deliver based on our qualifications, etc. As a company, we do this every single day with our marketing as well. And finally, I would like to share the other concept, and this one is from Ed Milet, a very inspirational story. And, he said, and that stood out to me, great influencers understand that people don't have to believe what they are saying to be persuaded, but rather they have to believe that you believe what you are saying. I thought that was extremely powerful, that we must have, first of all, have that self-conviction and passion before we can ask others to jump on that bandwagon.
Thank you very much. And here at Action Invest, we believe that every single Guyanese and Guyanese organization deserves happiness and prosperity. And everything we do is in alignment with delivering that happiness and prosperity. And it's why we show up and we do our TV shows, we do our business education, we do all these activities that are really allowing us to head in that direction. My favorite takeaway also came from John Maxwell. You touched a little bit on it. The 3 C's, the clock. Where is your time going now? What are you doing? The compass. Where are you heading? What's your destination? And then the companions. And Keon did touch on that, your inner circle. Who are you going with? And Keon, if I haven't told you recently, I'm very happy that we're together on this journey towards the destination that is one that our kids and grandkids, and happy birthday to your daughter who just celebrated her birthday as well.
Thank
but
you.
That our future generations can really look back and say, hey, these 2 guys and the team at Action Invest really did make a difference. And I think if we were able to achieve that, we would have done a lot for Guyana.
Thank
So,
you.
Coach Keon, I would like to hand over control of this session to you now to ensure that you take the viewers through the laws of leadership that you have been educating them on in the past couple of weeks and really elaborate further. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Doc. And listen, definitely a continuous journey when it comes to learning. And one of the things that we practice here, and I'm encouraging persons who are viewing our television program as well, don't ever stop investing in yourself. It is probably one of the most single important things that you can ever do as an individual. So we are continuing on sharing those laws of leadership with you. And we're going to be touching on today law of process. Now, a leader must have a personal growth plan, and not only for themselves, but I would encourage them to assist their team members or whoever is amongst their team to create their personal growth plans as well. Keep in mind that we act, whether directly or indirectly, as role models for our team members. And the habits that we create, we adapt, and we continuously illustrate, those are the habits that helps to influence and build the relationships with the persons around us. Leadership develops daily and not in a day. I don't think this particular quote can be any more apt to this discussion. As a leader, you should always be on that continuous path of self development, self improvement. The next law we're going to be touching on today is the law of navigation. And it is generally once you have keep determined the process to get you there to your personal development, where you want to go. And this is more along the line of creating that strategic plan. The next step will be more towards developing your operational plan. And this is going to help you to navigate those plans so you can ensure that you achieve the goals that you have set. It is important as a leader that you don't live in the past, but you learn from the past and use those experiences to assist you in moving the obstacles that may come in the present, or probably obstacles that you foresee that may occur in the future. These are all elements that helps us to become a fantastic leader. And there is a saying that I would encourage you to spend 80% of your time in the present. 80% of your time in the present. You can do 5% in the past. You can learn from those experiences, and the other 15% probably thinking about what is going to happen in the future. What you don't want to do is to just be awestruck by thinking what if, what can happen, and you're not living in the present. The next law that I want to share with you today is the law of addition. And as a leader, always keep in mind that you are constantly and consistently adding value to others. And these are persons that you truly value, because as a leader, you need to be intentional with adding that value. It would be remiss of you as a leader to think, oh, I'm going to just focus on a few set of persons. If you are doing that by default or unconsciously, I would ask you to change that approach and always think about the people around you, and in which ways can, or which ways can you actually add value to their lives. So we must find out what are the priorities, what are the goals and aspirations of our team members, and determine how we may be able to assist them. We may not be able to do everything for them, whether it's financially or otherwise, but we might be able to provide that guidance. We might be able to connect them with the persons who may be able to help them to achieve their goals and aspirations. Once your team members can do that for themselves, it's so much easier for them to apply that to whichever organization or group that you're a part of. As you continue to grow as a leader, there are different avenues that you can take to really determine your level of leadership skills with your team. And there are several leadership games that you can play. We have them all here at Action Invest. You can just call us and let us know what or which game you like to play, and then we can have that arranged for you. First of all, we have, hope you can see it properly, we have the leadership game. These are for leaders who are looking to develop their leadership skills with their team. It's a good interactive team building activity as well. And it allows persons to score points as they're going through the game. And we have found that this is extremely effective in allowing the team to express themselves. If you're not at that level, we also have the leadership game for teens. And we strongly believe that the next generation starts now. And the more we can provide them with opportunities to grow and to develop, we're setting them on the right path for success. And finally, the third leadership game that we have is the leadership game pertaining to sales. This will be fantastic for any organization with, a very big sales team or anybody who want to get directly into sales. This game really allows you to understand how to sell emotionally when it comes to your customers. So I would encourage you, if you like to learn more about these games, like to schedule a game for your team, you can always reach out to us on 223-5583. And one of our team members, one of our coaches will be more than happy to coordinate with you to help add to your leadership development for you and your team. Dr. Doerga?
I thank you very much, Coach Keon, for providing that information. And I would also like to tell our viewers that at any point in time where they see the barcode on the screen, the QR code, to just take out your camera, point it at the point it at the code, and you'll see a message pop up. Again, the leadership event was really impactful. Our next one is coming up in May, which is our LeaderCast event. So if you do want to attend that one, it's never too early to put your name down on the list so that we can ensure that you are able to attend. And this particular Live to Lead was really impactful. If you would like to have a rebroadcast done in your organization with your team, please reach out to us so that you can benefit from a rebroadcast. I think we have ours also scheduled with our entire team so that the entire team can really also learn what we're all exposed to. Coach Keon Smith, that is extremely important information. Thanks for highlighting the leadership games. And is there anything that you would like to say in conclusion?
Definitely. I would just like to, re-echo the sentiments about the impact of Live to Lead, and especially doing this together as a team. It allows every one of the team members to not only extract their golden nuggets, but you can share it and think about what is one thing that you'd like to implement that will make a difference within the team and within the organization. So the one that I'm going to be focusing on is ensuring that what I would like to be known for and what I'm actually known for aligns really, really well together. So that is going to be the nugget that I'm going to be taking away and working on.
Thank you. Let's take a look at a demonstration of the leadership game.
Sure.
Gather around the table, roll the die, challenge yourself and your team to a life-changing experience as you play the John Maxwell Team Leadership Game, a game designed to lower the barriers to honest evaluation of leadership within your company. A team, a management group, or a whole small business can benefit from the experience of this familiar game structure that comfortably brings your team to a safe and common ground, where truth can be discovered, trust can be built, and power can be unleashed.
Playing the leadership game is probably one of the fastest ways to break down barriers between people on any kind of team.
It's time to test your grasp of everyday leadership practices. It's time to hear, maybe for the first time, how people truly respond to your leadership, and learn how you respond to the leadership of others.
It was pretty incredible to see how just sharing our answers to what seemed like simple questions could really bring up things that many of us had maybe never thought about or never even said, perhaps.
Any group with a leader is held to a maximum growth by the level of leadership the person in charge operates within. It's the law of the lid. Raise your collective's potential. The John Maxwell Team Leadership Game. Blow the lid off.
A. Sons in the Giftland Mall is your one-stop shop for all electronics, including laptop computers, flash drives and SD cards, tablets, speaker and stereo sets and the best brands, drum sets and guitars, household appliances, flat-screen TVs, hardware items, and lots more. So check us out today for the most affordable prices. A. Sons in the Giftland Mall, making life better one day at a time.
Hi, I am Faisal Ali, CEO of A. Sons. A. Sons were founded in 1985 by my late father, Ahmad Ali. It's a family-owned business and is best known for the variety of products and services we offer and the great customer service with a lot of extra benefit to our customers. We have grown to develop a great product line, and I am most proud of as a company in Guyana as being a family-owned business that lasts for 36 years. And would last for a long time. Working with ActionCOACH is a great privilege. We have changed a lot of system and process to be better towards customer, employee, and ourselves. And it's something that is very exceptional, and everyone that have a business should be working with ActionCOACH. Guyana can look forward in the near future from A. Sons of having one of the best online services, customer services, and because of oil and gas sector coming to Guyana now, we have to step up. We want to develop great service to be shopping online.
401 Furniture Store's showroom has furniture for the entire home. Furnish your living room, your dining room, your kitchen, and your bedroom. Also get that appliance that matches your style. Come fall in love at our showroom located at Lot 4, Monrepo North, right on the public road. Call us on 220-8107 or WhatsApp on 672-1881. Get more without paying more when you shop at 401 Furniture Store.
There you had some fantastic information as well from A. Ali's and Sons. And I would now like to introduce Coach Premendra Parsan, who's going to be talking to us about the stages of critical thinking and the benefits of attending the upcoming training. So all over now to Coach Prem.
And thank you, Dr. Doerga. As we continue our conversation with our Seminar Club modules, we continue our conversation on critical thinking. Critical thinking is such a pivotal part of every organization, to be able to understand the problems that you're facing and to think them through, to be able to find the root cause of those problems, looking beyond those physical layers, the human elements, but look to the latent problems, organizational problems that are affecting your organization. So as we go through the critical thinking exercises, we look at some of the stages. We have the stages of identifying, and this is really about the area where we can be able to identify what those problems are. You see, we need to be able to identify those problems because there's a lot of resources and a lot of energy that goes into the problem solving process. So identifying the problem and basing them on the evidence that are reliable, that you can be able to move forward. As we go through, we go to the next stage, which is reasoning, which is about formulating the right judgment, to be able to identify the right problem, analyzing it, analyzing the solutions so that you can be able to formulate that problem correctly. The next stage is evaluating, where we are the judge. We have to be able to come to a point where, given the amount of solutions that we have, we need to be able to select one so that we can be able to move forward with it. As we move forward, we need to reflect. We need to measure the impacts that these solutions are having to see if we are getting the results. So as we measure to see if we get the results, we need to analyze, how is this impacting the organization? Is it impacting it in the way that we expect? Or do we need to go back to the drawing board? So as you think critically about analyzing, reasoning, evaluating, reflecting, and finding those solutions to your organization, you need to follow through the process so that you can be able to find the solutions that are needed. In our critical thinking seminar workshop, we will discuss those stages and also find the sources. What are some of the processes that we can use to be able to find those solutions? Your takeaways will be how to identify and formulate those problems. Identify some of the barriers to critical thinking. Those elements that will keep us back from getting the results. So join us on October the 7th and the 14th. Register today. Call us at 223-5583. See you then.
Avoid the stress of thermal breakdown, engine wear, and sludge buildup. Use Syntec lubricants. Manufactured for tropical climates and built for hard-working engines, Syntec has proven protection and performance. Tested, endorsed, approved, and used by Cummins, MAN, Mercedes, Volvo, Deutz, and Kamaz. Syntec lubricants work. Imported and distributed by Caribbean Motor Spares. Telephone 609-7621, 502-3171, and available at all stores nationwide. Get yours now. Syntec lubricants drives your journey.
Camille's Academy Inc. We are the premier provider for private education in Guyana, and through our mission, our excellent team delivers a well-balanced curriculum that integrates technology and innovation to our educational programs to inspire children to reach their highest levels of success. Enroll now for nursery, primary, and secondary level. Check us out at any one of our 4 locations or contact us today. Camille's Academy Inc. Be inspired to innovate.
Gupta Security. It is our vision to be the leading provider of innovative and comprehensive security solutions in Guyana. We have a team of well-trained and disciplined professionals to protect you and your assets and give you the peace of mind to focus on what is most important to you. Our services include armed and unarmed services, consultancy, assets and individual protection, patrol, virtual surveillance, armed escorts, and cash in transits. Gupta Group, let our services be your advantage.
Welcome back, and now we will be hearing from Ms. Rodlin Semple on the release of new products and services. So listen carefully, because this might really be helpful to you, your organization, or for you as a consumer, understanding what companies actually need to go through.
I am Rodlin Semple, the ISO lead consultant at ACI Consulting Services. Our topic today will focus on releasing of products or service to the customers. How do we know that all our processes were met before we deliver to the customer? There's one way we can check. First of all, we need to know what are the steps required for the production of that product or for that service. We need to ensure that all controls are implemented. We need to check, we need to monitor, we need to evaluate whether or not those tasks and activities would have been met. If we fail to evaluate our system for production or service delivery before we commit to supplying that service, it can result in a non-conformance. A non-conformance basically is a non-fulfillment of requirement. The ISO 9001 standard requires that the organization implement checks within their systems to ensure that service delivery is not affected. One way of checking service delivery is checking to see if the requisite tasks and activities were completed. This can be demonstrated by completing the necessary forms. We must ensure that service delivery is met before we answer the customer's requests. For further information on how ISO 9001 can assist you, and especially how you can implement systems for service delivery, give us a call on telephone numbers 501-0110 or send an email at iso@actioninvest.org.
That's our show for this week. Just before we go, I do want to encourage each and every one of you to download the app. I think if you are watching this show, it does mean that you are interested in business. Now, the easiest step is to take that device that you have in your hand and search for HerVenture Guyana and start really learning a lot of the business skills that are necessary to move your organization to the next level. If you are thinking about starting a business, always best to make sure that you're well equipped to do so. And we do live in a time now in Guyana where there are so many opportunities coming our way, but opportunities only come to the prepared. What are you doing to ensure that you do get prepared? We are also in a situation where different contributions are being made to people. So I can see that persons are getting support in the farming communities. I'm seeing that parents are getting some support with cash grants. Now, what I would encourage you to do is wherever this support is coming from, wherever the grant is coming from, to ensure that this investment in you, in your future, is not wasted. So please ensure that, if I were to call it a handout, it is money that you did not actually have to work for many hours for. Make sure that you don't treat it like it is a handout and it goes into a purchase that does not benefit you in the long term. So I don't have to explain that into detail to you. You know when you spend money and it just disappears and you never see the benefit from it, versus when you invest money and you can see the benefit over the long term. Because the best thing you could do with money that comes into your hands in that way is to invest it in an asset, into your education, into ensuring that you're not continuing to pay something at a high interest that you could cancel out with that money. So invest this in the long term, because you do not want to get used to the fact or waiting for that kind of support. Be very thankful that you're getting it now from whichever source. We do live in Guyana where remittances are still at the all-time high. There may not always be a situation where remittances to Guyana are as high as they are. So even if you are the beneficiary of remittances like that, ensure that you invest it wisely. I, of course, am biased. I have invested many millions into my own education and to the education of our own team, and I know how that has paid dividends. So because of that bias, I would encourage anyone to get educated. There's so many opportunities for grants and scholarships right now for education. I wish that I was 20 years younger again and do another 20 degrees. But what I would encourage you is that for yourself, for your kids, for your family, for your friends, find the area that you are most passionate about and find a way to apply. I know at the moment there are more scholarships than people applying for the scholarships because they're coming from all directions. I would encourage you strongly to ensure that you find one that really aligns with you, and also pay attention to the type of vacancies that you're seeing, the type of skills that the new developing industries will have, and not just oil and gas. All the other industries, we really need to step up our game as Guyanese. So find one, and I can guarantee you that that will be the best investment you can make into yourself, into your family, into your kids, and that you may be on the giving end of such a contribution, of such a handout, of such a paying it forward to people who at that point in time may really need your support. Right? So please also get into a position that you can provide the support necessary to the many people around you. I'm Dr. Vishnu Doerga. This is the Who's Who in Guyana business show. We love bringing this to you, but we really want you to apply the knowledge that you've received. See you next week.